goes the goes. Okay? Yeah, right. So, first off, we got to make two equations, correct? First equation is going to be 3x minus 2 equals 2x minus 3. Second equation is going to be 3x minus 2 equals negative of 2x minus 3. Subtract 2x. Same time, we can be adding 2. That gives me x is negative 1. Agree? Yep. Distribute my negative sign. Add 2x. Add 2. Divide by 5. And I get x equals 1. Agree? Okay. 4 very important words up on the board. Check for extraneous solutions. Let's do that now. If I plug in negative 1 here, I would have 3 times negative 1, which would be negative 3. Negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. Absolute value of negative 5 is 5. Do we agree with that? Okay. Then we got to check the right side. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5. Does that solution work? Yay or nay? Does this solution work?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
No, it's negative.
Oh, this is actually
It's 5 equal to
Yes.
is 5
Yes.
equal to
No,
or
no,
negative 5?
No.
No, this one. This one does not work. It is extraneous. It's thrown out. Okay? Now we got to go over and we got to check x equals 1. Okay? 3 times 1 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. The absolute value of 1 is 1. Two times 1 is 2, minus 3 is negative 1. Does that one work out? No. So then what?
No solution.
No solution. Agree? So today we're going to talk about absolute value inequalities. Okay. And so in order to solve the absolute value inequalities, there's a couple of things that are tweaked a little bit. So first off, you're going to have an absolute value is greater than or equal to some number as one possibility. Or you're going to have an absolute value is less than or equal to some number as your other possibility. Now, in the greater than case, that is the row the boat case. And we talked about row the boat already, right? We were talking about absolute values and inequalities, I should say. Okay? So that's going to be the row the boat case. In the less than case, that's going to be the handle case. Okay? Now, how we go about doing that? The first thing that you're going to do is you're going to solve it like it was an equals case to find those points, to find your key numbers. I should use points, to find your key numbers. So you're going to solve it as if it were an equals case to find those numbers. Okay? Then you're going to determine based off of the inequality is going to be your roll the boat or the luggage hand or the hand. Okay? Now, if you forget that greater than is a rowing of the boat and less than is a handle, okay? You can always test a number. Meaning, you can take a number that's in one of the three zones and you can plug it back into your original absolute value inequality. And if it's true, that zone needs to have the arrow above it. If it's false, that zone doesn't have the arrow above it. Okay? And the outside zones are going to be the same as the insides. Or the outside zones are going to be the same, and the opposite, the inside zone. Okay? Then, depending upon what your answer is looking for, you can give the graph, you could give the inequality, or you could give the interval. Okay? Depending on what the question is asking. Tomorrow on your quiz, you have to be ready for graphs, inequalities, and intervals. Okay? So, let's put that to work with, I'll do A, you can do B. That's kind of what we're going to do today in terms of these. Okay? So my first thought is I'm going to solve this as if it were x equals 4, or absolute value of x equals 4. So that means that I'm going to have x equaling 4 and x equaling -4. Agreed? Okay. Let's say, now we're in step number 2, I forgot that greater than is a row the boat, less than is a handle. I just forgot. Okay? It happened. I'm old. Okay? So I would go to my number line, and I would say on my number line, I need -4 and I need +4. Those are my two numbers, but I forgot which way that this one's going to go. So I'm going to pick a point. Doesn't matter, or pick a number. Excuse me. Pick me a number.
3.
2 or 3, they're both in the same zone, so we're going to do either one of them first. Okay? So 2 or 3 are right there, right? In that middle zone. Okay? So if I put in the absolute value of x is less than 4, if I put in 3, what is the absolute value of 3? 3. 3 is 3 less than 4. Is 4 bigger? Yeah, 4 is bigger. So that's a true statement. So that tells me then that I would have open circles here and here, and I would have to be in that range. Okay. Now, if I pick the number outside of that range, let's say 10. Okay? 10's over on the outside on the right. Okay? If I plug 10 into the absolute value of x is less than 4, the absolute value of 10 is 10. 4 is not bigger than 10. That's a false statement, so I can't be over. Okay? Okay? So there's my graph. My inequality would be -4 is less than x is less than 4. And my interval would be -4 to 4. All 3 of those are saying the exact same thing, which is the solution to absolute value of x is less than 4. Question. You do letter B. So this would be like the absolute value of x is equal to 2. And so then that would be like x is equal to 2 and x is equal to -2. It's going to be open circles at both, so I can put those in. Okay. Let's say I didn't remember, and I'm going to choose 0. Okay. So the absolute value of x is greater than 2, and I would say the absolute value of 0 is 0, and 0 is not greater than 2. That's false. So then I would need to be on the outsides.
Okay, wait, I have a question.
I got answers.
I can't remember what is the difference between the open and closed circle. Because
Equals, the equals part is the closed circle. So greater than or equal to. Would be a closed
okay,
circle.
but because it was greater than it's open. But if it's equal to closed.
Okay? So my inequality here would be x is less than -2, or x is greater than +2. My inequality would be -infinity to -2 union with 2 to infinity. And all of those are saying the exact same thing. Do we know anybody in Broadhead that's not? You want to try it on your own, or you want me to do it with you? Do it on your own? Okay. Do it on your own, give me all three. So I'm going to consider this is the absolute value of 2x plus 6 is equal to 6. So then that would be absolute, whoops, excuse me, checks. I gotta check myself before I wreck myself. Good thing I have a whiteout pen. So we've got 2x plus 6 here equals 6. And we've got 2x plus 6 equals negative 6. And that's going to bug me, so we're going to get rid of that. Oh, there's going to go the whole 2. We're doing the whole 2. Okay? So then if I subtract my 6 here, then that's going to give me 2x is equal to 0. If I divide by 2, that's going to give me x is 0. So one of my key numbers is 0. If I subtract 6 over here, then that gives me 2x equals negative 12. If I divide by 2 right there, then that gives me x is negative 6. Agree with that? Okay. So those are my two key numbers on the number line. Open or closed dots? Closed dots here. Is this a handle or a row the boat? Ooh, I've heard both. Okay, so let's check a number. Give me any number, I don't care what number it is. 176, I heard. So 176 is way out there, right? So if 176 is true, it's a row the boat case. Okay? If 176 is false, it's a handle case. Okay? So 2 times 176. 300 something, right? 352. Okay? 352 plus 6. 358. Absolute value of 358. 358, right? Is 358 bigger than 6? Yes. So this is a row the boat. Okay. Which would put my inequality at x is less than or equal to negative 6, or x is greater than or equal to 0, which would put my interval at negative infinity all the way to negative 6 and 0 to infinity. Questions? Good? Good. Try that. So I'm thinking this is like the absolute value of 6x plus 4 equals 8. So I'm thinking 6x plus 4 equals 8, and 6x plus 4 equals negative 8. So then I'm going to subtract 4. That's going to give me 6x equals 4, and 6x equals negative 12. Then I'm going to divide by 6. And that's going to give me x equals 2/3 and x equals -2. Those are my two key points on the graph. -2, 2/3. Going to be closed dots at both. If I don't remember that it's a handle, I can always try like 0, for instance. Okay. If I plug 0 in, 6 times 0 is 0, plus 4 is 4. The absolute value of 4 is 4, and 4 is less than or equal to 8. So therefore, it is a handle. Inequality would be -2 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2/3. Interval -2 to 2/3. Questions, comments, concerns, essays. What's like? Everybody good? Okay. So you have enough information now to complete the blue worksheet. The blue worksheet will be due tomorrow, day of your summative quiz. Summative quiz tomorrow. Summative one shot. Hold on 1 second, let me push pause.